Guys, welcome back to my channel. So I've been up since about 9 o'clock this morning. It's currently 10:43. Got a few things done around the house. She is still sleeping. I keep checking the security camera in her room every so often, but she did not end up going to bed until probably, I think the last time she came out of her room, it was about 1 o'clock, and she stayed up. I let her stay up until about quarter after, before she had to go back to her room. And she finally went to sleep around 1:30, 2 o'clock, I'm assuming, shortly after she went back to her room. But she was up until like 2 o'clock this morning. So that's probably because she got like a 2-hour nap after we got out of therapy. But it's been very, very stressful. Last night she came out of her room like 8 times, and you know, Tim had to go to bed early because he had to get up at 9 o'clock this morning to go to a doctor's appointment. Normally we'll sleep until 10, 11 o'clock. So 9 o'clock is early for us. And the reason why we sleep so long is because me and Tim don't go to bed until late, like 2, 3, 4, 5 a.m. And at that, you know, Ella's sleeping, and then she wakes up around generally between 2 and 4, and then we let her stay up for about an hour before she goes back to her room and goes back to sleep. But we're currently making some of the stems for the roses. So I made 2 last night before we were going to bed because I figured it was going to take 4 hours. I might as well put a couple of them on the plate, see how they turn out, versus just doing one, because one takes 2 hours. So I figured, well, no, it says this one here was going to take about 1 hour and 55 minutes. The one last night said it was going to take about 3 hours and 58 minutes or something like that. So you only saved like maybe a few minutes at that point. However, they really got stringy, and what I mean by that is because they're such small parts, the filament has to retract to go to the next part, and it doesn't retract fast enough before it gets to the other part. So it's like, you know, there's a little bit excess that's running between the two, that like oozes out of the nozzle. It wasn't terrible, but it's not great either. I'm gonna have to sand it, but this is what the finished rose looks like. So these they did end up having the threads, and the stem just screws right into the flower. But this is just the generic red flower. Alexa, turn on cubby light. I'll show you guys the other ones. So, ouch, they've got thorns that are actually kind of pokey. But you know, we've got the red. I made a blue rose last night, a black rose, which I think is going to be a hotcake seller. This is the aquamarine that we have. This is bubblegum pink. A lot of these colors we have not listed up on Etsy yet. We've got the fluorescent yellow, and a lot of the colors we also may not end up listing up because we only managed to snag 2 rolls of each color, and it was like a limited edition thing. So I don't think we're going to list it up on Etsy. It's going to be like strictly like craft show stuff. And if it does manage to make it up onto Etsy, then it's most likely going to be like a one and done deal. But this is the yellow banana or something like that. So it's like a pastel yellow. We've got peachy coral or something like that. And then we've got yellow. I want to print a purple and an orange one, but I also at the same time am waiting because I want to make sure we're going to have enough stems to use. So the one stem that we made last night, it broke when I was taking the support off. So obviously that sucks. So I only ended up getting one out of last night anyways, but you know, it happens, especially with it being such a thin piece to work with. But I did want to show you guys these. So I was out here this morning after getting a little bit of my housework and stuff, you know, kept up. I came out to my Singer M1000, and I've been loving it. The basket liners were really throwing me for a loop and struggling. I had to turn my heat press off, but I was really struggling with the basket liners. I think it's because there was 5 pieces plus the elastic, and I was like pretty much brand new to sewing at that point. I hadn't touched the sewing machine since I was in 7th grade, I believe. Mind you, I graduated in 13, so it's been about 9 years at this point. So it's been a long time. So it's been 9 years since I graduated, and then also 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade, I'd never touched another sewing machine. So it's been a hot minute since I've sewn. Figured some stuff out, watched a couple of videos on how to properly thread my machine, because let's face it, the booklets don't work. They don't tell you diddly squat. They show you pictures, but the pictures aren't great, so it was definitely an issue. I kept having my thread break because it was threaded properly, and not like through the machine, but like I'd thread it through the needle and just out the back, and I kept forgetting that you had to like catch the bobbin thread, and it was a whole ordeal. But I made some little bandanas. I have some cam snaps coming today. I believe they should be here today. And I made some bandanas for like cats or dogs. This one is probably going to be for like a really small dog, like a normal Chihuahua, or maybe even a cat probably. But you've got this one, so I have them labeled so I can remember what size they are, so when I tag them to take them up to the craft show tomorrow, I can remember. This one is a 10-inch. Then we've got two 12 inches, which is also the same Harry Potter material. And please don't come for me, but does anyone else think that this looks an awful lot like Carlisle from Twilight? Like, obviously I know it is Malfoy, but I'm getting some serious Carlisle Cullen vibes from that one. So we've got the 12-inch of the Harry Potter. We've got this one, which is going to be for my sister-in-law's dog. So we've got Jack Skellington. And then we've got this one, which is massive. It is 18-inch. The Beauty and the Beast design. So I'm going to get snaps put on all of these throughout the day. And I just messaged Tim. I'm going to go wake Ella up here in a few minutes. But I am hoping that she's going to like behave herself today. So I can get some extra ones sewn so I can take up as many as possible this week, like tomorrow when I go up. I want to have a decent selection. Obviously I didn't get the biggest selection of fabric yesterday, but I want to have, you know, a couple more 10s, a couple more 12s, a couple more of the 18s, and just at least one of like each fabric that I have, and then kind of go from there. So I'm gonna go in, get her up. I gotta go out and make her milk first, because that's like the very first thing that she needs in the mornings is her milk. The girl goes crazy if she doesn't have her milk. So I'm gonna go in, make her milk, or come out here, make her milk, get her ready for the day. It's actually kind of cold out today, so I'm gonna put her in some pants. But yeah, just get her up and moving around. And she's probably gonna be grumpy because she didn't get a whole ton of sleep last night. But if I let her sleep all day, then obviously she's not gonna want to sleep tonight. So, time to get her butt up. I'll see you guys in a bit. Hey guys, so I'm back. I set up for my craft show. Came home. I stopped over at my mother-in-law's house. I had to pick a few things up for them at Walmart because my mother-in-law's birthday and Mother's Day fall on the same day this year. May 5th. So it happens every so often. I could have swore it literally just happened, but it must have been a couple of months or a couple years ago. But it's always either like the day before Mother's Day or, you know, on Mother's Day generally, is when it usually like tends to fall. But we're gonna have a party over at my mother-in-law's house. So after we get back from my craft show, it's gonna be me and my sister-in-law, her husband, and my nephew, her son, are gonna meet her back here at like 3 o'clock. And then Tim's gonna meet me over there with Ella. And we're just gonna all, you know, meet over there. But I had to pick up, they wanted like a variety pack of the cheesecake. It comes with like, you know, 2 slices of like 5 different flavors of cheesecake or whatever. And then I don't like cheesecake, and I know the kiddos don't like cheesecake, so I picked up a 12 pack of cupcakes too. 6 vanilla, 6 chocolate, just so the kids have something else to eat besides cheesecake, because I know Ella doesn't like it, and I'm pretty sure my nephew doesn't care for it either, but, you know, I figured it was a better alternative for the kiddos. Plus, you know, myself, because I don't like cheesecake either, so sorry, not sorry. But, you know, Tim likes cheesecake, my mother-in-law likes cheesecake, my sister-in-law and brother-in-law like cheesecake. You know, everyone over there likes cheesecake except for me, pretty much. So, I'm just not a big cheesecake eater. I don't like the texture, I don't like the flavor, I hate cheese, like cream cheese. I just, no thanks. But, busy working on stems still. We have 4 flowers done, and I told Tim I didn't want to make any more flowers until, you know, I had enough stems. And he had a really brilliant idea that, you know, they don't necessarily, like, it's okay to have more flowers than stems, because, you know, say someone doesn't want the yellow flower but they want a dark purple flower instead, I can just take the stem off and put it on the purple one. Duh. When I was at Walmart getting that stuff for my mother-in-law, I also ended up getting some more fabric. Not sorry at all about it. They were stocking the fabric like pre-cut section when I was up there, so I'm like, yep, I'll take this one, this one, this one, this one. So I got this one. It's like a unicorn like design. It's got this unicorn design, and I realized this morning when I was cutting the designs, like cutting the fabrics, I didn't really have many girly ones. What?
Here's a zombie.
There's a zombie? Oh no. But I had like boy design type, you know, more masculine designs for males. Didn't really have anything girly. So I figured this was really cute. I really like the unicorns. And then I picked up this like flower, like not flower, but like leaf pattern. I picked up 2 of those. Ended up picking up another couple of boy ones just because the boy ones seem to be cuter and like more popular. We got 2 different Toy Stories, so they actually are the exact same like cut essentially, but it's got Woody on Bullseye. It's got like the claw guys, the little alien guys. It's got Buzz. It's got Jessie. I'm not seeing anyone else, but I mean there may or may not be anyone else. But yeah, so I picked up a couple of Toy Story ones, and then I picked up this one. I grabbed it because I thought it was like Zelda design, and then I realized quickly that I think it's just like a gamer design. It says game over, 1-up. It's got the star, hearts, the sword, skull and crossbones. But the reason why I thought it was Zelda, because, you know, it was wrapped up and it had like the thing here. I seen the heart automatically and the sword automatically, and I just assumed, you know, it was Zelda design. And then I seen the star and I was like, well, maybe it's like a Zelda Mario mix, but I think it's just like a gamer mix. So yeah, ended up getting all of those while I was up there. This one and the unicorn one are the like 1 yard sections, and then these ones are just the fat quarters. So I'm hoping UPS gets here sometime soon so I can test these out, but I'm going to go out to the sunroom and sew up the rest of the bandanas that I've got cut for today. I've got like 3 or 4 more that I need to do the first stitch and then I need to press them again, and then I have to do the second stitch. So gotta get out there and get those done. And I'll see you guys, I'll catch up with you guys after I get them all finished, and hopefully the clips and stuff get here, like the snaps, the cam snaps. Hopefully they get here sooner rather than later. Wouldn't you know it, Amazon delivery strikes again. Generally, if I order something from Tim's account, or have him pay, you know, order it from his account, generally it gets here the day it's supposed to. It shows it was out for delivery. He said that it said between noon and like 2 p.m. or something like that, 2:15. He checked it on his way home from the dentist, and it said from, or anywhere between 3:15 and 5:15. Well, it's after 5:15, and guess what? It's still not here, and it's probably not coming today. I legitimately saw Amazon on my, like, Amazon Prime on my way home from Meadville, from Walmart, getting the stuff for my mother-in-law's birthday. On the way home, I seen it. 10 miles away. My package still ain't here. That was 2 hours ago. So it's not gonna end up coming today, which means I'm not gonna be able to take these up to the craft show this weekend. And I am so mad. Because I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 that I've sewn today, got them pressed and ready to go. All they need is these snaps, and the snaps aren't coming probably until Monday. I'll come over here and show you guys what the bandanas look like before the snaps that are not going to get here today. Oh, that has me so aggravated. Let me sort these by sizes here, because there's 3 different sizes, a few of each size. Okay. So with the 10-inch, we have 2 of the Super Mario World designs. So like I said, I just cut or made these with their labels that I got for Ella's 2nd birthday, her Minnie Mouse birthday. They are like generic. I was gonna get the Avery, but I couldn't find the Avery brand specifically anywhere that was like, wasn't really expensive. So I just got some cheap ones, and they are the like stickers that go on the bottom of Hershey Kisses. And they worked okay. I just used the Avery template, but it didn't print that well. I could only use about half of each sheet. So I used it for her 2nd birthday, and then I just had them sitting around the house. I didn't have anything else I could do with them. So what I did when I was labeling some of the stuff for price-wise for craft shows this year, some of them were too small of items to have the like 1-inch circles that I've been printing out, so I just hand wrote the prices on some of them and used these stickers. But anyways, I have a whole bunch of these, so it's not like I'm gonna be wasting them or anything, because I don't have a use for them anymore. But so I just wrote 10-inch, so I remembered that this was a 10 by 10 inch square, as well as like 12 and 18. I do plan to get some 14 and 16 sizes eventually. I'm just sticking with the basic 3 for right now, because I didn't want to get too confused and have too many different sizes all at once. And I will show a size comparison between the sizes as well. But here's the 10-inch. So like I said, we have 2 of the Super Mario 10-inch. We've got this Wii Remote, like Xbox, Wii, PlayStation, 64, this controller design. And then we've also got the Harry Potter design. So like I said, these are all sewn. They're all completely finished and ready to go. I don't think I did too bad of sewing for my first time. Is it perfect? No, not even close. But for not having touched a sewing machine for how long, and only recently starting to sew and doing the basket liners to begin, this I did fairly good. I think the only issue I had was staying on the line when I reversed stitched at the end, because I tried to get as close to the point as I could over here. You guys might be able to see the stitching is a little bit off. It's on his head here. There's like 2 or 3 different, see how it's like slightly off? There's some that are worse than others with that back stitch. Let's see. This one here I think is the worst one. You know, it's like it comes across into my back stitch, and it wasn't like pushing it back out, and I couldn't get a grip on it very well because the like fabric was like underneath the presser foot, so I couldn't quite grip it the way I wanted to. But you know, other than that, I think it turned out pretty good, and I can always make sure that the snap is under or over, like, you know, so it overlaps it so you're not going to see it. And I'm not going to charge very much for them, to be honest. I am going to keep them relatively cheap, or until I get, you know, well, not or, but, you know, I'm going to keep them pretty cheap, maybe like $2 to $6 depending on the size, each, until I get better at sewing and they look a little bit more professional. But, you know, for now, they're not bad for a beginner, to be honest, if you ask me. If you guys have different opinions, feel free to let me know. But I definitely don't think I did too bad of too bad on it, you know, for my first time doing these today only. Anyways, so we've got this one here. Obviously, it's the controller gamer pattern, and this one is a 12-inch. You've got the Harry Potter design in a 12-inch. When I do this one, this is probably going to be the front as well, you know, so that this is not like backwards and upside down. So I do have to be mindful of when I'm putting the snaps in, that I want to make sure that this is like the front. I'm actually going to go ahead and just switch the sticker over so that I know that that's the front. Obviously, some prints, it doesn't matter, like the Jack Skellington one here. They go this way, that way, and every kind of which way. And this one is not done perfectly. This one was the very first one I did. It's going to my sister-in-law's dog. And I forgot to flip it inside out, like, you know, have it so right sides are together, and then flip it inside out. So it was outside right. And so I just ended up folding it, pressing it like this, so it was like a nice good seam here, and then I just started sewing. And I got to the corner and I was like, and I realized that I had forgotten to like sew it and then leave so much of a gap so that I could put my hand in there and like flip it outside right. And then top stitch it down, which is what I did with all the other ones. But I wasn't even too worried about this one because, like I said, it's going to my sister-in-law. If it gets messed up or whatever, she said he's probably not even going to wear it anyways. He gets like weirded out by types of things like that. But I just thought this one would be pretty cute, and that's going to be, like I said, for my sister-in-law. So those are the 12-inch, and then I have 3 18-inch, and these boys are massive. So this is the 18-inch. This is it, like, on my shoulders. But I know some dogs have really big necks. Like my dog that I used to have, my white boxer, would have probably worn this size. And if you guys watch like Super Cooper Sunday here on YouTube, on the T Martin 2 channel, Trevor and Chelsea, they have a dog named Coda. He's a Great Pyrenees, and he is like very fluffy. he would wear something this size because he's got a big old neck. He's got a big old neck. So he would probably wear something like this. And they said this size is good for like golden retrievers and stuff like that. So if you got a big dog, I got you covered. So you've got that one. You have the Sugar Skull design 18-inch. And then you also have the Beauty and the Beast design 18-inch. So this one is going to have to be the back, and this one here is going to be the front because of the way the pattern sits. So it'd be more upright for the onlooker. But yeah, I've got all of those ready to go, and Amazon fails me with delivering my stuff, which, does that surprise me? Not at all. Because you know why? The Amazon delivery service sucks. So I'm going to hold these up so you guys can see the size difference. I'm just going to go in the corner of each one so that you guys can see. Go with the blue one. So they're all pretty much lined up in the corner right now. So you guys can see 10-inch, Jack Skellington is the 12-inch, and then the red Sugar Skull is the 18-inch. So the obviously a massive size difference between the 12 and the 18. Like I said, I plan to get like a 14 and a 16 eventually, but this is just to kind of start with today and see. I was hoping to see how they would sell tomorrow, but that's not gonna work because Amazon sucks. I know I'm on and on and on about it, but I don't think you guys like quite understand how agitated it gets me. Unless it happens to you, you guys might understand. But I don't live that far away from a big city. I live like maybe 10 minutes or 15 minutes, about 10 miles out from Meadville, a bigger city where there's a lot of Amazon deliveries. I don't live that far away. It's not even really raining, it's sprinkling. You know, it's like a constant sprinkle, but it's not bad. The roads are fine, they've got water, but they're fine. We are not flooded, like, bring me my stuff. And my only thing is that I could possibly get it tomorrow, but not before 7 o'clock. So I hate Amazon so much. I may make more of these tonight with more of like the girly designs, like the unicorn and stuff that I picked up earlier, but honestly I may wait just to see how these sell and how people like them first. I really wish I could try and sell them tomorrow. That's got me so peeved off. Like, this is my first craft show that I'm doing with these, and thankfully it's not the only thing that I had. You know, this was just like an addition just to see how they sell, and if they sold good, then obviously I would deter away from one of the things that I make and make strictly like dog bandanas. But at the same time, like, if they're not gonna sell good, I don't want to invest too much money into them. But like at the same time, I want to start doing other things so that I can get accepted into more craft shows and not have like what happened with the Mercer Market this weekend. Thankfully I'm not going to it anyways, but did I even tell you guys about that? I don't remember if I told you about that or not. The Mercer Market I was trying to get into for a craft show, and they like waited and waited and waited and didn't get back to me, didn't get back to me, didn't get back to me. And I'm like, what is going on? Like, why are they not getting back to me? They said they had to check with their committed vendors first and see who all was coming this week and, you know, how much space they were going to need and everything. Which, totally understandable. But at the same time, like... But because I have someone that copied every branched off item that I've made, you know, the ashtrays, the tumblers, the acrylic keychains, the 3D printed things, like t-shirts. I don't take t-shirts to craft shows, but I still do them. You know, every single thing that I've made. The only thing that I've done that they haven't done is hair bows. That's the only thing. Sucks. But they told me they were not going to allow me in because there was another vendor that committed that she sold the exact same things and they wouldn't let me in. So this one that I'm going to this weekend is, or like tomorrow, is very last minute. I called about it Wednesday and managed to get in because that's when the Mercer Market finally got back to me. I messaged them Saturday night of last week about it, and they just got back to me on Wednesday. So it was very last minute to get into here. Luckily I managed to get a space, and I got the last space. It's not a very big show. It's a very small show, to be honest, but I'm hoping there's going to be lots of people in there. So fingers crossed things go good. But if not, if it all goes well or doesn't go well, I at least have my sister-in-law that I can chit chat with while waiting for people to show in. So I will probably just see you guys tomorrow, maybe. I don't know. I'm tired and I'm hungry. And I just want to go relax because Amazon has me stressed. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this vlog here. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys all probably tomorrow. Bye.